Hello, everyone. My name is Enric Guaus, and I am from the Escola Superior de Música de Catalunya in Barcelona, and I am member of the Working Package 5 in Digitisation at the Artemis project. This video is just a summary of, let's say, provocative ideas for a further discussion related to music and artificial intelligence. Let me start with a very biased and small reflection on the music and technology. Music has been traditionally very related to technology since the apparition of piano and even before with the organs and so on. The apparition of electronic instruments like the theremin or maybe the electric guitar. There are other important items in the music history like the Moog or the Odyssey synthesizers that popularize that make this kind of digital tools available, synthesizers available to the big audience. The apparition of the MIDI protocol that allow the dance music where all the instruments were perfectly in synchronization, so for creating dance music. And actually we have tools like Max or Ableton Live or different FL Studio in which we can create music in a different way that maybe our grandparents created 60 years ago. So technology and music have always been related. It is obvious. Actually, we have a technology which is artificial intelligence that, in fact, we really don't know where is it going to be. It's just an emerging technology that we devise that can change a lot of things, but we actually don't know. But let me show a little bit of the use of these kind of technologies that maybe we are using them more than we think. For instance, in Spotify, Deezer, or even Google, Amazon, when we use this kind of streaming services, the creation of different playlists or the recommendations for the week or whatever is based on our information, but behind of that there are artificial intelligence algorithms with machine learning or whatever. And not only in this streaming part, which is more related to us, but in the big industry, there are many tools for automatic management of the rights and the all the management of the law system that I completely lost in that area. But from the industrial point of view, artificial intelligence has been used for maybe 10, 15 years ago. Okay. The people who create this kind of system are basically computer science people. So it is possible to create these systems without having idea of music. Okay. If we go a little bit further in the requirement of musical knowledge in the use of artificial intelligence systems, we can go to systems like, for instance, the Beethoven 10 project, which is a documentary, so it's a big it's a big thing from the media point of view, in which they propose a finished 10th symphony of Beethoven. Okay, using artificial intelligence. And for instance, there are other more, maybe this is more not so for the business, this is more for the research point of view, some algorithms in which you can start playing with your own style, and the program or the algorithm continues in the same style that you were playing. Okay, in that sense. And it is also possible just to create a new piece from scratch by using artificial intelligence algorithm. You play, you mean, I want a 3 minute song from relaxing music for an audiovisual with clarinet and drums. And there are some services that allow you to create these pieces from scratch, completely royalty free, because there is not a human behind of that creating that piece. So you can use it for commercials, for documentary, or whatever, for audiovisual products and so on. It's not as let's say berating as some compositions with human behind of that, but as a background music in a audiovisual project, it works, and people is using that very in a very hard way. Okay. The people who's creating these kind of systems, the continuator, the Beethoven 10th symphony, or these systems, is computer science people, but they need, let's say, at different degrees, but they need some kind of musical knowledge. Okay, so it's a step. It's more creative work than only dealing with playlists and so on. If we go to the higher level of creativity, we go to musicians that use this kind of algorithms, but they are musicians, so they go to the scenario and present their work. In that sense, there are some examples. For instance, there is Mouse on Mars that presented an installation, and they play in a concert using this kind of technology in the last Sonar in Barcelona last summer, the Sonar Festival. They use artificial intelligence in the production of music in a creative way. Another example, also at the Sonar Festival, is the show by Quayola and Seta, in which they were in front of the piano, not playing the piano, they were playing computers, but they were creating piano music and also creating the visuals for the show. Everything created by artificial intelligence. So this is a creative way of doing that. In that way, as all of us are more or less professors in music schools or conservatoires or whatever, we should ask ourselves if we are providing to our students the competences to play with this kind of tools, maybe in 10 or 15 years. So this will be the common way of creating music and playing music on the scenario in 10 and 15 years. So are we providing this information? Are we giving them the tools to be able to learn these kind of technologies to them? I don't know. What is sure is that they will use these technologies. And if we are not providing this kind of information, in the internet there are many courses, open courses, some of them are free, some of them not, for computing with computers. But there is an increasing number of courses focused on machine learning, artificial intelligence from the creative point of view, in which they learn the basics of programming and the basics of mathematics to understand how these algorithms work, to use them for creative purposes. Okay, so if we are, my personal provocative conclusion is that if we are not providing them, our music school, this information to our students, our schools are becoming obsolete, and students will turn to online courses. Okay, so maybe we should think a little bit what are we offering to this second quarter of the 21st century students. As an example of that, I try to do something with our students. This is a set of four improvisation students. They are performers. They have no idea about computer and mathematics and whatever. And we provide some small environments in Pure Data, in Max, or Super Collider, whatever, in which they can play. And we teach them how to use these kind of tools, very closed projects, to show to allow them to force them to play with these kind of tools, and at least they know how that they exist, and I don't know how to explain. They have a first contact with this kind of technologies. That's the summary. Sorry for this confusion. So we provoke a first contact with this kind of technologies to these performer students. Okay, so that's all for me right now. I let you. I give you the floor for discussion. So see you in next video. Ciao.